Wake up, you Inu.
What? What's going on?
Who is this Baishinpu? Who is this Baishunpu on your phone?
I don't know. I've never seen that girl. I don't know how she got on there.
Koroshi?
Oh, no, not the sword.
Te Yaru!
Oh.
I'm very excited about today's surprise shot.
Really?
Yes. It's a brilliant idea, and it's courtesy of Lee, and I think we will be very, very pleased. Even more so than the last one we did, which was Jameson with a pickleback, which I didn't know was a thing. Apparently, you guys knew this very well, but...
Yes. Okay. Well, should we just get right into it?
I'm ready to take this shot.
Surprise shots. Surprise shots. We don't know what they are because they're a surprise. Was that supposed to be like a peanut butter and jelly shot?
Yes. It was peanut butter, whiskey, and cranberry juice.
That was okay. That was pretty good.
I'm just over here contemplating my life decisions.
I loved it. Thank you, Lee.
Yeah, that was good. Thank you, Lee.
Delicious.
So I've been drinking a little bit before this episode, so this should be interesting.
Great.
Welcome to Talk Murder Me podcast. My name is John. I put all my sources, photos, videos on talkmurder.com. This is episode 240. This is a request for our Tacos Primo good friend and someone so beautiful, Danielle from Japan. Also, Nikwiza's sister. Older sister, right?
Yes.
Older sister.
So she's not just... Nothing, never mind.
She's not just what?
Nothing.
Tell me. She's
not just
Japanese, is that what
No,
you're
I
going
was
to say?
going to say she's not just supporting us because she's my sister.
Oh,
She
come
actually
on now.
likes the
You know
show.
she is. Tonight we're going to Shinjuku, Japan, which is east central of Japan. Have you heard of Shinjuku? Mm-mm. Shinjuku is home to the busiest railway station in the world.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Those railways over there in Asia go super fast.
Yeah, I was going to ask if it was like one of those lightning speed ones.
bullet
They
trains?
use like maglev technology, which the trains actually float in midair. They're basically, you take a magnet and you know how you reverse the side of a magnet and it can hover. That's what the trains are basically like that. Floating.
We need that.
They're
here.
super fast.
Is that must be safer than being on the railway, I would assume, because you're
I think
not
so.
actually like touching something.
I don't know, but they're super fast. I think they go like 600 miles an hour or something crazy like that.
That's like an air. That's like a plane.
I don't
But-
think they go that fast, but
Well, I
they're
don't know
fast.
how fast they're really fast, but the technology that we're trying, or Elon Musk is trying to develop, is the Hyperloop, which, have you ever seen like Futurama or something where they just suck someone up?
Yeah.
Or like when you go to a bank and you put the thing in there, it
Yes.
sucks up. That's the technology we're trying to get to, which is extremely fast.
I feel like
That's awesome.
that's exciting, but also I would be more hesitant to do that than the bullet train.
I know they're building a Hyperloop rail. I don't know if they've already done it, but they're doing like a test in like Texas or something, like in the
Yes.
open land. It's like miles of this big loop, and they're going to see if it works.
That's awesome. That's really
I
cool.
hope they're testing it without people in it. Oh wait, but when we're talking about we're trying to get to the Hyperloop technology, are we talking about like Futurama where you just go in and it sucks you up, or are you going to be in some sort of vehicle?
No, it's a vehicle,
Vehicle,
yeah,
okay.
and it just
Like you're in it too.
yeah.
Because I don't see that ending well if you just
No.
like stepped
Yeah.
into it.
No, it's a vehicle.
You hear like peeled, your skin's like peeled off.
Yeah. So basically, the Hyperloop is a vacuum, completely devoid of air. So there's no resistance, because that's what slows down the maglev now is the air resistance.
Okay.
So this has none. Tonight we're going to Shinjuku, Japan, which is home of the busiest railway station in the world. Now, the city itself was built around the railway station. So after the Second World War, after that thing that think we dropped like a bomb or something up there.
One or two.
Japan went through this rapid development, like into commercialism and capitalism, and just is still growing today. So this station was home to the transport. So the city of Shinjuku surrounds this railway station, which is the busiest in the world. What you're seeing right now, and I'm going to put all these photos on talkmurder.com, is a hotel. This hotel is primarily rented out by these bartenders, and we're going to get into it because this is a very unique thing they have in Japan. It is considered the red light district, but it's not like prostitution. I'm going to get into that in a little bit. But the hotel is mainly occupied by these individuals, and the bar that they work at will pay for their hotel room. Now, the hotel itself has a lot of problems. A lot of past suicides, especially some murders. This specific hotel you're looking at right now. And it's a pretty modern hotel. So
I was going to say, it looks like a pretty new building.
And this is a quote from a Japanese source. I'm going to link all these sources on talkmurder.com, but it says, quote, "On the road outside, you'll see guys fighting with their girlfriends. Several years ago, a woman who was in massive debt to a host, which we're going to talk about, committed suicide by leaping to her death. Ooh. Another stabbing incident also took place," end quote. So this hotel is known for, being kind of suicide-y.
I don't know if that's a thing, but we'll make it one.
You know how Japan has the suicide force?
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that. All right, so can you describe these two individuals for us?
They look young.
Very young.
Well, the one on the left, this is a male, obviously. Long hair. How old do you think he is?
Like swooped over the eyes. I would say teenager.
Yeah, 17, 18 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he probably wants to go for that, but yeah, he's 20 in that photo.
Okay.
Who you're looking at now, the male, his name is Phoenix Luna.
Oh.
Phoenix Luna. Now, obviously, that is a name that he got changed to his name. His name wasn't previously that.
So it's legally been changed to that?
It's legally been changed to that. To the right is his girlfriend, who you're looking at, Yuka Takaoka. Yuka Takaoka. Takaoka. Phoenix Luna, the 20-year-old, is dating Yuka Takaoka. Now, they're recently dating.
Okay.
Within months. They just moved in together.
Okay.
Apartment within 3 days. So they rented an apartment together. May 20th is when they moved in.
Okay.
I thought you were saying they were dating for 3 days before they moved in.
Oh, no.
I was like, wow, that's really quick.
But they were moved in 3 days until May 23rd. So they moved in May 20th. This story is starting May 23rd, 2019.
Gotcha.
Phoenix Luna comes home. He's a bartender. It goes a little deeper than that, and we're going to get into that. But he is a bartender at a place called Fusion by Youth. It's kind of a nightclub.
Uh-huh.
Early in the morning, he gets home from work. Now, he is 3 hours late from what he told his new girlfriend, Yuka, he would be. And the plan was for Phoenix to get home and then clean the apartment with Yuka. They're moving stuff in. They got to clean and get stuff organized. He planned that with her. She was looking forward to it, and she was waiting. 30 minutes go by. He's 30 minutes late. An hour goes by. Now she's starting to say, what you do? Mm-hmm. 3 hours go by. He finally walks in the door. Instead of helping her clean, he kind of shrugs her off. Now, they've only been living together for 3 days. He shrugs her off. He goes into the bathroom. He starts himself a nice bubble bath.
Let's just relax and take ourselves a nice hot bubble bath.
Bubble bath.
He starts himself a nice bubble bath.
Bubble bath.
And he gets in the bubble bath.
Bubble bath.
Phoenix Luna walks into the apartment 3 hours late. Yuka, who you're seeing now, Sweet girl. Could do nothing wrong.
You laugh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Instead of helping her clean the apartment, he takes a bubble bath. And then he falls asleep in the bubble bath.
Doesn't wake up?
He wakes up. No, he does wake up. He dries himself off and he gets into the bed naked and he falls asleep. She is pissed. Okay.
I feel like this is something that you would do.
I'm just like, I hope you get the moral of this story that I feel like is coming, which is when you say you're going to clean the kitchen.
I knew that was coming.
Because that happened just last night,
I know.
didn't it?
Baby, I'll clean this later.
I promise.
I'll clean this later.
I promise I'll clean the kitchen.
I'll clean this later.
I promise.
I'm better than this guy. Because,
Are you?
Yeah, because read this. This is from one of the several Japanese sources I pulled this from, all translated, but I'll put all the sources on talkmore.com.
Like you could read Japanese, you'll translate it?
Read this.
While looking at his smartphone, she saw him in an intimate photograph with another woman.
What do you think she does? She's pissed.
She castrates him.
I was going to say, she cuts his dick off.
May 23rd, he is 3 p.m. We know that because the police get there around 3:50 p.m. This is what happens.
She appears to have stabbed him as he slept.
Yuka Takaoka is pissed off. Okay, you going to come in here 3 hours late? You promised me we'd clean. Oh, who is this on your phone?
Especially after they just moved in together.
They just moved in 3 days. She goes in the kitchen. She grabs the biggest knife she can find. She goes in that bed and she says, I ain't doing this. No. She puts it right in his stomach while he's sleeping. Right in his stomach.
Deservedly so.
She gets a kitchen knife, stabs him right in the stomach, and it's not a kind of stab, like quick and then in and out. It's more of a and push it in there like a slow knife cutting through butter. He actually wakes up, and she would say that the blood is all warm and she could feel it all over. You know, it's spurting out. He's still alive when it goes in, and he starts freaking out.
Well, yeah.
Obviously.
My God, there's a knife in me. I'm bleeding.
Yeah,
Yikes.
he's basically in bed, butt naked, and there's a knife in his belly. He jumps out of bed, and he doesn't pull the knife out, but he pushes her out the way, and he runs out into the hallway of the apartment. He is on the 5th floor. So right now, he's got to make it to the 1st floor. And just like in movies, when you're trying to go to the elevator, is exactly what he was doing. Pushed her out the way. Well, the knife's still in him, but she's chasing him. Gonna finish the job. He's running. He gets in the elevator, pushing the button, and the door almost doesn't make it, you know, like in the movies.
Yeah.
And then that's it. He
dies in the elevator?
He blacks out. Yeah, I mean, that's it. So, now this story gets a little crazy. So
How could it get crazier?
Okay.
Here's another photo of her right here.
Well, that looks certainly different.
What do you mean?
She's got like
Blue lenses.
a filter with
Blue
her
lenses?
eyes.
I thought
yeah.
those were her real eyes.
No. What does that say? Did you look?
I don't fucking speak Japanese.
I didn't know if it was giving you a translation.
Oh, fuck.
What color are Nicole's eyes?
So this is the apartment. This is the apartment right here. And this is everyone. He does make it down to the 1st floor at least. He does press the button and he does get down there at least. So this is all the spectators watching this because this is crazy. He is screaming at the top of his lungs. This girl, Yuka, who is 19, is chasing him through the 5th floor, trying to finish the job, and he gets down there. Everyone, all the spectators are gathering in, and the police come. Now, this photo is the photo that made this case famous like it is. And I'll put this on talkmore.com. This is the uncensored photo. I got the uncensored. I ain't gonna censor that bullshit. This is it.
Oh, no.
So what do you see here?
Blood.
Lots of blood. You see a body in the corner.
That's Phoenix Luna laying there. You can tell he's naked and just completely bloody. I'll put this on talkmurder.com, but the floor is bloody. It's just a bloody nightmare. Here's another photo of the same thing. Now, what do you notice about this photo?
Are the girls with him?
That's Yuka Takaoka right there. What is she doing?
She's on the phone. Smoking
That's
a cigarette.
interesting. That's interesting that they would let her be that close to the dead body. Right?
Yuka Takaoka right now is by the body, blood everywhere, completely covering the floor. She's wearing an overshirt. I don't think she has any underpants on. She's wearing slippers, bedtime slippers. She's smoking a cigarette in her left hand. And in her right hand, she has a pink iPhone or some sort of smartphone, and she's talking to her best girlfriend. As the police are trying to deal with the boyfriend's body right there, she's sitting literally on the body,
blood. Yeah.
on top of the blood.
Like, she's definitely contaminating this crime scene.
Now, she has a journal with her. You can't see the journal, but I don't know if she wrote in pen prior, but I'm pretty sure she didn't have a pen with her, but she did have a journal. And she used his blood to write the following things.
Oh.
In this journal, which I'm going to show you the journal here in a second. Quote, "I like you," end quote. And also, quote, "I like you so much. I wanted to kill you," end quote.
Okay.
And then I put in my notes, says every girl ever. Shit.
You watch yourself.
All right, here's the journal.
Oh.
Interesting.
Fucking crazy, isn't it? She wrote this shit in the blood. She didn't have a pen. She just uses blood as the police were coming to get her. What the fuck?
Wow.
What is going on with this? Here's another photo right here. This is also in one of her journal pages. I think this is bled through the other page. You see how the blood is bleeding through there? Mm-hmm. Here's another, and it's pretty nice writing.
This picture is the first one, not so much.
I mean, look at that.
It's like she had a quill.
Yeah, the Japanese, they use the symbols.
Right.
You know, and I mean, it looks good, right?
I guess.
That's in blood.
Yep. Looks like she did have a utensil with her.
Yeah. The photo you're going to see now is of her getting arrested. This is right when she got arrested. And the media swarms because, you know, there's a big spectacle going on. And this is what she looks like.
Hey, guys. Just murdered my boyfriend.
She got a big old smile on her face.
Definitely a different look than previous. Unfiltered.
Yeah.
This is what she will tell reporters right after she is arrested.
"I was sad and seeking to die, and I thought about how I would like to go about it. I thought I would kill him because I thought that was how I could be with him. I thought that such expression, such as 'I like you' and 'I would like to be with you' would become reality if we both die."
So she was mad that she saw a picture of him in the other woman. So she decided that she wanted to die so that she could be with him. So she killed him first, and then she was going to kill herself.
So she says.
Jen, you have obviously never been in love. Jen. In love, you do crazy things when you're in love. Crazy shit. You taxidermy your dead wife when you're in love. Shit. All right, so let's talk about the victim here tonight. This is Phoenix Luna. He is a native of Tochigi, which when I saw that Tochigi, Tochigi, I thought of those little things. Tamagotchis. Those are so popular.
I wonder, I probably still have one at my parents' house somewhere.
I thought they were making a comeback, weren't they? Making like an iPhone version of them or something?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I can't even keep a plant alive. Like, I'm not gonna bother with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even keep bamboo plants alive. My shit died.
It did die. It was very sad.
I've had plants that aren't supposed to die.
That die. Yeah.
Yeah. So who you're looking at now is Phoenix Luna. He's a native of Tochigi. After middle school, he gets a job in construction. I mean, how old are you after middle school? You're like 12.
Yeah, you're young.
He works construction.
I wonder if their version of middle school is like,
I don't know.
like high school, though.
That's a good question.
I don't know, maybe. Now, he quits that job because of personal issues. He was penniless and homeless. He starts working for a girls' bar, and I'm going to tell you what that is in a minute. He was 4th ranked, and at one point, with the help of Yuka, he became 3rd ranked in the club, the Fusion by Youth club he worked in. And that's a big deal. And this is not like America, guys. And you're about to see why. This is a concept that we don't have here.
I actually remember watching something. It was I think it was on Netflix with Christian Amanpour, and it was about love and sex in different cultures. And I remember one of them was in Japan.
And the girls, and they're like escorts, right?
Or like they're like cute bartenders, basically, and
you
they
can
like
rent them
flirt
for the
with
night.
you. I don't remember them.
Like
I don't remember it being sexual in that particular thing. It could have been, but
Well, geishas aren't sexual either. So I didn't know that until we watched that documentary.
It was like at least in what I watched, it was like cute bartenders paying attention to you and socializing with you. Like they'll sit down and have drinks with you.
Yeah.
The Japanese culture is extremely interesting. We did a story.
Sade Ebai.
What was it, that one? I don't know.
That's my favorite one. The penis snatching geisha.
Yeah, but there was one that we did that focused on anime. And I didn't know this, and we covered this, but the anime as a subculture developed after the war.
Yes.
The Second World War. And it was almost like their hippie culture. So we have the hippies, the drugs, the music, the free love. They kind of retreated to a more childlike state. Well, I guess you could say what we did was childlike too, but their childlike state was cartoons. And then their parents were very strict about them not watching cartoons, so they developed their own style called anime. Is extremely interesting how it works. But anyway, that's neither here or there. But what you're looking at now is a wall of rankings in the nightclub which Phoenix Luna, the 20-year-old, works. So you can see him right there as number 4. And this is a big thing. I'm going to explain what these clubs are. I've never seen this before. It's definitely not in America, but it should be. And I was thinking about this earlier because I think it could be a good moneymaker. Instead of, you go to a bar right now, you sit at the bar, there's other people, you order a drink. These bars are different. These bars are, you go into the bar, there is one bartender that you find, a cute guy, and they're usually really attractive girls, are men. Men work in men's clubs and girls work in girls' clubs. So the Japanese men will go to a girls' club and they will get a bartender and she will be his private bartender. No one else is there, just her. It's not sexual like they're contracting for a hookup or whatever, but they do rent them for a week or a month, something like that. And then, like you're seeing the wall of rankings, however much money they earn for the club through the excessive alcohol drinking of the women or, the other vice versa men, they get ranked like this. It's very different. I think it could work here in America too. I mean, the private bartender, it's not like you're getting her for sex, but I mean, honestly, it usually probably ends up, I would imagine, you're paying her so much. And the alcohol drinking is excessive. Let's go back to the hotel that we started at. Remember I said there was a woman that jumped off the roof because she was so indebted to her host. She had run up such a large tab that she couldn't pay it, that she killed herself.
Wow.
A lot of the women and men, mostly I would imagine women, get in such debt with these clubs that they'll go into the restroom and slit their wrist so they don't have to pay it.
Wow.
You're basically renting someone for that private conversation and
Connection?
the connection. It's different here. We don't have it. It's hard to explain. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very similar to what I saw in that Netflix
Yeah, I think
thingy.
I saw that same documentary.
Okay. So you guys get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a very tight-knit community, too. So remember Luna? Phoenix Luna? He dropped out of middle school. Construction. He couldn't, fucking 14 years old. He's not going to work construction. He found his way to this bar. And ever since, he has a family with this bar. They're that close. And for him, especially if you looked at his Twitter before all this happened, where he posted these photos, you'll see that this was a big deal to him, ranking that high. And Yuka had actually, his girlfriend, had actually rented him out for an entire month. When you rent someone out, that means there should be no other female patrons that you're serving, especially taking pictures with. You say you're going to work till what time and you're going to be home. I got you rented. They're spending thousands of dollars. It's a lot of money.
So were they actually dating, or was it just...
Yeah, they were dating. They were just dating for a few months, yeah.
So did she rent him first and then they started dating after?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Now, she actually also works at a girls' club. She actually runs the club like a manager. So she makes decent money, and she's freaking 19, right?
Yeah.
She's making really good money. So somewhere in the hustle and bustle, what will happen is kind of like here when our bartenders and our restaurant workers, whatever, get off work 2 a.m, they'll go to the clubs or whatever so they can have their nightlife. Same thing. Yuka worked all night. When she gets off, she wants to go to the guys club, the boys club. And then she meets Phoenix, and then she rents them out for a whole month. And it's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about thousands of dollars. You're basically paying them their salary. So if you rent someone out for a month, they're not going to bring in any other revenue. You're basically, that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. So it's good money. All right, let's get on to Yuka Takaoka. Now this is from her Top Tick videos. She's just a normal teen, right?
Yeah.
She's not fucking batshit crazy, right?
Well, except for the whole stabbing thing.
I don't get this fucking TikTok shit, man. You think this is interesting?
Not this.
I mean, what is she doing?
It's a trend. So
Oh, look at this shit. People watch this shit? I would never be able to do this research if I was watching this shit all day. What the fuck is she doing? Giving herself a fucking headache. I'm looking at Jen to have her explain what the fuck I'm looking at.
But the thing about TikTok is they're 1 minute videos, and the things that she was posting looked a lot like she was doing what they call the trend. So there are usually TikTok dances that everyone tries to replicate and puts out their own version of, and you get likes and you share the videos and things like that. So I mean, there is some original content on TikTok. I'm not huge into the dances, but I like learning about different things on there.
Let's talk about Yuka, because I'm sure all you guys want a girl like this. Born January 28th, 1998. Holy
wow.
titties. Holy shit. This is very interesting. And this is the unique selling point of this case. She is known as a Yandere. Yandere.
What is that?
Does anybody know what that is? It's an anime term. And I'm going to explain it here in a second. She actually managed a club, a cat bar club, which is the same, but men will come in,
Yep.
rent out females, or rent out the girls.
As a bartender.
As a bartender. I don't know if that'd work over here. I actually thought about it. I was like, that could possibly work. Because I don't like going to a bar and there's like 1,000 dudes. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It feels more like something that would be akin to a strip joint here.
It is, but apparently, even though it's in the red light district, it is PG over there. I don't know. Anyway, Anyway.
I just feel like if you took that concept over here, it would turn
It
into
would immediately turn into something sexual.
NR, not rated.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I love America. They met because Yuka, after work, would go visit Luna. She paid for a full month for his services. Then they started dating. She is known as a Yandere.
Yandere.
A Yandere is the combination of two terms, Japanese terms. A yanderu, which means having mental or an emotional illness, and a diradir, which translates to displaying affection. A yandere is a specific anime character that, and this is from one of the Japanese sources, quote, usually takes the form of a schoolgirl, which is, she's wearing schoolgirl clothes right there, who eventually becomes aggressive and homicidal, end quote. Every yandere in anime has that specific attribution to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, no, it doesn't make sense to why that would be a thing, but like I understand what you're saying. That's
anime characters, these yanderes, are deranged and usually result in extreme violence as an outlet to channel their own emotions. This is a yandere. I don't watch anime. I don't know who this is from, Sailor Moon or some shit.
No.
definitely not Sailor Moon. Nope.
I don't know. But you can kind of tell what she's doing. She has an axe. Her face looks like she's blissfully in love and doing this for a reason, but yet she's probably slicing someone's penis off at the same time. That's a yandere.
Okay.
This is a big thing because anime is a freaking huge thing in Japan. Do you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
This is an epidemic?
Not an epidemic. She was the first. The first that got notoriety, but she has a lot of notoriety, aka a big fan base.
Interesting.
So she was turned into a real life yandere.
Exactly. And she developed a crazy, which is still to this day, fan base of supporters as a yandere because they watch these anime shows and there's always a yandere, you know, which would be me if I was a girl. Let's just be honest. Fucking emotional basket case. There's always a yandere, and that's who she became. Now, as I was researching this, most anime watchers, they despise the yandere. They hate the yandere. They hate that girl that does that. But for some reason, they have a keen interest and appreciation for Yuka, even today. She's a superstar. Crazy. You guys are looking at me like I'm fucking crazy.
No, I'm just thinking.
There was a GoFundMe account that was quickly removed, but before it was removed, which was almost immediately, there were 69 contributors that gave her $3,840. Multiple Instagram accounts, I'm talking about tens to even hundreds of Instagram, Twitter accounts, whatever other social media accounts are dedicated to her specifically as the yandere. In fact, this is one of the fan arts that someone had drew of her. As you see, this is her sitting there smoking a cigarette. She's got blood all over her. She's on the cell phone. Mm-hmm. There's an appreciation for her.
Well, I mean, she's ultimately possibly mentally ill, but a killer, and that's not something to be idolizing.
If she was taking on the role of a yandere and they're notoriously mentally ill, did she plead that she was mentally ill and that's why she killed him?
All right, I'm kind of burying the lead here. July. This happened in May, so July comes and goes, and then guess who's back on the scene?
Wait, he lived?
20% chance of living, and he pulled through.
Wow.
Completely pulled through. Phoenix Luna actually lived through the ordeal, and his official Twitter status said the following.
The official status of the victim was finally concluded on July 1st when a Twitter user tweeted, "Sorry, I'm alive and back." He then added, "Since I was stabbed in the liver, I can't drink." It was Phoenix Luna. Luna's odds of surviving this ordeal were minimal, approximately a 20% chance as stated by doctors, but against all odds, he recovered. He spent days at the hospital in critical condition and some weeks healing from surgery.
So, he gets back with Yuka, right? That's what I
Dear
would do.
God, no.
December 3rd, 2019, she is guilty of attempted murder.
Wow.
She was ordered to pay Phoenix Luna 5 million yen, which was $45,000 USD.
Okay.
Phoenix Luna was actually at her trial, her court appearance. And he apologized for cheating on her. And pleaded with the judge to give her the lightest sentence possible.
Wow.
Which he did. She received 3 years and 6 months, and she'll be out in 2023.
Wow.
Crazy. What do you guys think?
Why did he do that, you think?
He's a good dude. He tells the Tokyo Reporter that, quote, "I do not hold a grudge." And if you want to read this is another quote from him.
At first, I had no voice, so speaking was not possible, and I was bedridden, so I couldn't walk alone for a while, he added. I also couldn't eat after the incident, and I got quite thin. When I was thought back to when I was stabbed and considered what I'd do in the future, I was unable to sleep due to anxiety and fear, and for that I received counseling.
I mean, I could see that. I mean, you go to sleep and then you immediately get stabbed. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to want to go to sleep after that.
Yeah, but he cheated on her after 3 days of them moving in together.
I mean,
Shit.
it's not saying he didn't deserve that in some way, shape, or form, but he didn't deserve to die.
He says this, quote, "I think there was a reason for her to stab me. It was also thanks to her that I was able to achieve the sales that I did in less than a year since I became a host. Also, I finally met my older brother and sister for the first time in 5 years. I'll be very happy to stay in touch with them in the future," end quote. He is a happy guy. He seems like a good dude. This is what he was going through when he was stabbed.
After I got an uncomfortable feeling in my stomach, I looked and saw a knife protruding from me and a lot of blood, Phoenix Luna said. Strangely, I felt no pain, but I was shocked and frightened. So I shoved Takaoka from the bed and fled. She then chased me. I thought I was dead.
So that's it. That's the story. She's still in prison. He's fine. He's still a host.
I was going to say, is he back hosting?
Yeah, he's back hosting.
Wow.
And he's reconnected with his family. Everything turns out great. Hopefully they get back together.
No. Hopefully they do not get back together.
But she has a huge support team. I think she's going to be famous when she gets out.
So you said that she was like the first.
Oh, not
so
the- well,
are
yeah.
there a lot of other similar cases that came up when you were looking at this one?
I think what made this case so famous, because a lot of jealous women stab their boyfriends. I mean,
Yeah.
shit, you'd stab me if I did something
I would
like that.
stab you. You're
Yeah.
right.
But I think what made this...
Where, though?
Apparently the
You
liver.
better not bob it in my ass.
Possibly.
I make my money with that thing. Oh, so... No, I think a lot of women do that if they find out their boyfriend's cheating. But I think the reason this case is so famous in Japan, at least, not famous here, is because she actually sat down by the body and wrote in his blood, "I like you, I want to be with you," type of shit. She didn't call the ambulance. If you read his whole interview, this is what happened. She stabs him in the stomach. He wakes up and he's the one that feels all that warm blood. He pushes her off the bed. He barely makes it out of the apartment. She's chasing his ass, trying to finish him. She is pissed. She is a freaking woman scorned. He barely makes it to the elevator, pressing the button.
Door closed, door closed.
Door closed, first floor. As soon as he presses that button, he blacked out. Luckily, it went all the way down, because if it didn't, he'd be dead, because she ain't going to call the ambulance. Plus, she's going to finish his ass off. He gets down to the first floor, and luckily, a passerby drags his ass out and calls the police. And then, once the elevator, it goes back up to the 5th floor, and then it goes back down, and then comes Yuka to sit by him with her journal. "I like you."
Jeez.
Crazy ass kids these days.
Yeah. Star-crossed lovers.
But I mean, the Yandere thing's kind of interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Because the emotional homicidal characters, I don't think we have like anything like that
it's
in
making
American.
them into heroics, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, there's definitely like figures in pop culture where like the woman
Yeah, but we don't
taking revenge, like a Kill Bill.
We don't have
you know?
Harley Quinn maybe is the most.
we don't have a term for it. They have an actual
Yeah,
term
yeah,
for it.
yeah.
This was interesting, you know. Anyway, that's the story. I know it's short. That is quickie for you guys for this week. No one else covered it. I thought I'd do it. Looked interesting to
Loved
me.
it.
My type of woman, so I'm glad she's getting out. Her and Shayna Huber should team up.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy that. This is the Talk More Review podcast. We'll see you next week.